Most men walk into relationships believing the woman has all the power. She's the prize. She's the one who chooses. She's the one who decides where things go. And because of that mindset, men hand over their confidence, their boundaries, and sometimes their entire identity just to keep her happy. But there's a truth most men never learn until it's too late. She needs you more than you need her. Not because women are weak, not because they don't have options, but because a woman's emotional world runs deeper, heavier, and stronger than a man's. When a woman loves you, she invests her heart, her feelings, her vulnerability, her time, and her peace. She attaches emotionally. She bonds. She imagines a future. And once her emotions are involved, you become part of her life in a way that's not easy to replace. Men don't realize how valuable they are in a relationship. A strong, stable, supportive, disciplined man brings structure. He brings security. He brings direction. He brings leadership. He brings a foundation. A woman may attract attention easily, but attention is not the same as commitment. The world will give her compliments. Very few men will give her a future. Very few men will give her loyalty. Very few men will give her real emotional safety. That's where your power is. The moment you forget your value, you start acting needy, jealous, emotional, or insecure, and that behavior flips the power. But when a man moves with purpose, when he knows he can walk away, when he stays calm and confident, she feels that strength. And strength creates respect. Respect creates desire. Desire creates loyalty. You don't have to control a woman to have power. You don't have to dominate her to have power. You don't have to fight for attention to have power. Your power comes from self-respect, from not needing her to breathe, from being able to live, succeed, grow, and stay solid with or without her. Women are drawn to the man who doesn't fold, the man who doesn't break, the man she knows other women would love to have, the man she knows only chooses her because he wants her, not because he needs her. In the next 7 sections, you'll understand exactly why you hold more power than you think and how to keep it. 1. She knows good men are rare men. Think women have endless options. And yes, women get attention everywhere. Social media, dating apps, real life. But attention is not the same as value. Most of the men who want her either want something temporary, lack maturity, or can't offer stability. A good man, someone disciplined, loyal, confident, and emotionally steady, is not common, and women know that. A woman may have messages, likes, and compliments every day, but how many of those men can she trust? How many are consistent? How many are respectful? How many can control themselves, handle responsibility, or stay faithful? Very few. So when she finds a man with standards, purpose, and self-respect, she sees him differently. You are not competing with the world. You are competing with the average man who is emotional, needy, insecure, dishonest, or directionless. That's why she needs you more than you need her. Valuable men are harder to replace than women who are just attractive. There are millions of beautiful women. There are not millions of solid men. A strong man brings emotional safety. He brings maturity. He brings comfort. He brings balance. A woman may get attention without effort, but real connection requires a man she can feel safe with. She can't submit to a weak man. She can't trust a man who fears losing her. She can't respect a man who crumbles over her approval. And here's the part men forget. Women fall deeper emotionally than men do. When a woman loves you, she attaches mentally, physically, and emotionally. Her heart is invested. Her future is tied to you. Her pride is tied to you. That kind of attachment makes you impossible to replace quickly, no matter how many options she appears to have. A man with discipline, confidence, and ambition can choose almost any woman in time. A woman can't easily find a man who brings leadership and direction. You are the rarer resource, and she knows it. If you ever left, she wouldn't be worried about finding another man who likes her looks. She could do that in an hour. She would be worried about finding another man who stays loyal, protects her heart, respects himself, has ambition, stays calm under pressure, keeps his word, builds a future, doesn't depend on her for validation. That's why she needs you more. Men lose power when they start believing she's the prize, and they're lucky to have her. But when you remember that you bring value she can't easily replace, your mindset changes. You stop chasing. You stop begging. You stop fearing loss. And the moment you stop fearing loss, you gain power. A woman respects the man who knows he can walk away, not the man terrified of losing her. 2. Emotional attachment hits women harder. You need to understand something most men never realize. When a woman falls for you, she feels it deeper than you do. Men can love and still function. We can care and keep moving. Women are wired differently. Once she bonds emotionally, she's invested in a way that isn't easy to switch off. A woman ties her feelings to the relationship. She connects mentally, physically, emotionally, and even socially. She tells friends about you. She imagines a future. She plans around you. That level of attachment is powerful. And it's why losing a man she respects hurts more than losing a man she simply liked. This is where your power comes from. When you love a woman, you may want her, but you don't need her to breathe. You can still operate. You can still focus. You can still function. But when a woman loves you deeply, she feels you in everything she does. She thinks about you in her quiet moments. She feels your distance. She notices your silence. Without you, her emotions become louder. Men underestimate this. They think she can replace them overnight because she gets attention from other guys, but attention doesn't equal connection. Most men want her body. Few men understand her mind. Only one man held her heart, and that's you. Women crave emotional stability more than anything. Someone who listens, someone who protects her heart, someone who stays consistent, someone who doesn't switch up, someone she can trust completely. When she has that with you, the idea of losing it is terrifying to her. That's why your power is not in control. It's not in manipulation. It's not in being cold. It's in knowing that if she loves you, she is invested deeper than you are. She feels more, fears more, and attaches more. If you walk away, she will feel it harder than you do. Even the strongest, most independent woman hates the thought of losing a man. She respects. She won't say it. She won't admit it. She won't show it easily. But it keeps her awake. This is why begging, chasing, and acting insecure destroys attraction. When a man fears losing her, she no longer feels safe with him. She needs a rock, not someone who collapses. And when you show that you can stay calm, keep your life together, and continue with purpose, with or without her, she realizes something powerful. You are not in her life because you need emotional survival. You are there because you choose to be. That's the difference. A woman needs the relationship to feel right in her heart. A man builds his life regardless. This is why she needs you more than you need her, because love hits her deeper than it hits you. And once she's attached, losing you is not just emotional, it's personal. 3. You bring stability and direction. A woman can be smart, successful, independent, and confident, but emotionally, she still wants a man who gives her structure, not control, stability. When a woman is with a man who knows who he is, where he's going, and what he stands for, she feels grounded. That feeling is something she cannot give herself in the same way a man can. A man's energy brings order. A woman's energy brings emotion. Together they balance. Alone, emotion can become chaos. When you enter her life as a man with self-respect, goals, discipline, and consistency, you provide emotional safety. She feels protected, not physically but mentally. She doesn't have to guess what you feel. She doesn't have to question where she stands. She doesn't have to manage the relationship alone. You bring the calm. That's why you're more valuable than you think. Because without a strong man, life can feel unstable for a woman. She might look fine on the outside, but emotionally, she wants peace. And peace comes from a man who can lead himself first. Women don't want to lead a relationship. Even the toughest woman gets tired of always being the one holding everything together. When you step into the role of a man who provides clarity and direction, she can relax. She can be feminine. She can trust you. And once she trusts you, she attaches. Most of the men who chase her can't offer that. They talk, they flirt, they try to impress, but they can't make her feel safe. They can't ground her emotionally. They don't give her a future, but you do. Your presence brings order, logic, protection, guidance, consistency, confidence. Those things are rare in today's dating world. That's why you have power. That's why she needs you more than you need her. If you left her, she might find someone to talk to, someone to compliment her, someone to buy her dinner. But finding a man who gives her stability is not easy. You can rebuild after a breakup. You can focus, work, evolve, and move forward. But when a woman loses stability, her emotions don't move on as fast. That's why emotional distance from a strong man hurts a woman more than physical distance. She loses the peace she felt with you. She loses the security of knowing you were there. She loses the direction you naturally gave the relationship. And here's what matters most. A man with direction is not afraid to walk away. A man with purpose will survive without any woman. A man who stands strong will attract again. She knows that. So even if she acts confident, even if she acts unbothered, deep down she knows losing a man with stability is a real loss, because finding another one is rare. 4. She fears replacement more than you do. Men often think women don't care about being replaced because they have attention, followers, or guys in their inbox. But attention is cheap. Validation is easy to get. What's hard to replace is a man she respects, a man she trusts, a man she feels safe with, a man whose presence gives her peace instead of stress. A woman knows deep down that if she loses a strong man, another woman will gladly take her place. Not because you're begging for love, but because a valuable man eventually gets noticed. Women are competitive in ways most men never see. They compare themselves. They watch other women and they pay attention to threats, even when you don't notice them. If she sees other women interested in you, she won't say anything, but trust me, she feels it. She may act calm, but her mind starts racing. Are they prettier? Are they nicer? Is he happier with them? Could they take him away from me? A woman can lose a man physically and still move on, but losing a man emotionally to someone better cuts deeper. That's why your confidence matters. That's why your independence matters. When you show her that you are not afraid to walk away, you create something she feels in her chest, the possibility of losing you. And for a woman who truly cares, that fear is powerful. You see, men fear losing a woman because they think they won't find someone else. Women fear losing a man because they know the right woman will gladly love him in ways she didn't. A strong man is not easily replaced. A man with discipline is not easily replaced. A loyal man is not easily replaced. A man with purpose is not easily replaced. The idea of another woman benefiting from who you are will disturb her more than you think, because women don't just want a man. They want claim over the man they love. Knowing someone else might experience your attention, protection, affection, or loyalty creates emotional panic. This is why a woman who acts like she doesn't care suddenly changes when she feels you slipping away. She texts more. She becomes affectionate. She asks where you've been. She checks your social media more. She becomes more attentive. It's not random. It's not coincidence. It's instinct. A woman might not fight to keep every man, but she will always fight for the man she believes is valuable, stable, and capable of being deeply loved by someone new. So remember this, your power isn't in needing her. Your power is in knowing she can lose you. And the more you improve yourself, the more undeniable that truth becomes. If she doesn't treat you right, if she disrespects you, if she takes you for granted, you can walk away, and she knows another woman will eventually appreciate what she ignored. That's why she needs you more than you need her. 5. She can leave faster, but she moves on slower. A woman can walk away quickly, but she does not move on quickly. That's a truth most men never realize. Women are emotional, and when they love with their entire heart. She can act cold, distant, or unbothered, but it's a defense mechanism. She uses silence, attitude, and pride to protect her feelings. But deep down, she feels everything stronger than you think. Men often confuse a woman leaving with a woman forgetting, two very different things. A woman can leave because she's hurt, she feels misunderstood, she feels unappreciated, her emotions overwhelmed her, or she wants to see if you'll chase her, but moving on from a man she respects. That can take months, sometimes years. Sometimes she never fully gets over him. You as a man can rebuild quicker. You can pick up your life, apply discipline, get back in the gym, focus on goals, improve your money, improve your mindset. When a man takes heartbreak and turns it into progress, his life rises fast, and as he rises, his value rises. A woman, however, feels the separation first, heals later. The quiet nights hit her. The memories hit her. The silence hits her. The thought of another woman stepping into her place hits her hard. That's why she needs you more. She attaches deeper and she releases slower. Even if she's talking to someone new, the emotional bond doesn't transfer. You can't replace emotional history quickly. You can't erase chemistry. You can't duplicate connection. That stays. And here's what many men don't see. A woman might leave to test your strength. She wants to know if you will remain solid without her. She wants to see if you fall apart or grow stronger, because a man who collapses from heartbreak loses her respect. But a man who stays composed becomes twice as attractive. When a strong man walks away from a relationship, his life improves. He becomes sharper, calmer, more focused. That evolution makes him harder to replace. Meanwhile, she watches. She notices. Maybe she doesn't speak, but she sees you rising. And when she realizes you didn't crumble, she feels it. Emotional weight is heavier on women. They bond through feelings. Men bond through loyalty and habit. Women bond through emotion and memory. So yes, she can leave fast, but her heart stays behind longer than her body does. That's why you never beg, never chase, never lose yourself. A woman who truly loved you will realize what she lost only when she sees you can survive without her. That realization is why she needs you more. 6, your self-respect controls the relationship. A woman can like you, love you, and want you, but none of it matters if she does not respect you. And the moment a man loses self-respect, the relationship flips. This is where men lose their power without even noticing. They let emotions push them into behaviors that kill attraction, begging, apologizing when they did nothing wrong, accepting disrespect, tolerating bad attitude, or staying when they know they should walk away. Women don't leave strong men. Women leave men they stop respecting. Your self-respect is the foundation of everything. When you have it, she knows your love has standards, not desperation. She knows there are consequences to mistreating you. She knows that if she crosses certain lines, she can lose you. And that's why she needs you more than you need her, because your respect for yourself is what protects the relationship. A woman can't relax with a man she can control. She can't admire a man who fears losing her. She can't feel safe with a man who changes who he is just to keep her. Self-respect shows up in your actions. You walk away when you aren't valued. You don't tolerate disrespect, insults, or humiliation. You don't compete for attention. You don't chase after being ignored. You don't stay where you are not appreciated. When a man has self-respect, he's not aggressive, arrogant, or controlling. He's calm. He knows his worth. He knows he doesn't need to fight for a spot in anyone's life. Women silently test this, not because they enjoy drama, but because they want to know what kind of man they're dealing with. If she can push your boundaries, she loses trust. If she can disrespect you and you stay, she loses attraction. But if you remain solid, calm, firm, confident, she realizes she's with a man she cannot break. That makes her feel safe. A woman's love becomes stronger when she respects you, when she knows you choose her, not chase her. When she knows she can lose you if she stops appreciating you. When she sees you love her without losing yourself in the process. Most men fear walking away. Strong men fear losing themselves. That is the difference. A man with self-respect becomes unforgettable. Even if the relationship ends, she will think about him years later, not because he loved her the most, but because he loved himself enough to not accept less than he deserved. A woman can leave a man she loves, but she will never forget the man she respected. And that's why she needs you more. Because without respect, there is no attraction, no loyalty, no desire. With respect, she invests deeper, loves harder, and holds on tighter. You don't win a woman by giving her your life. You win her by not losing yourself in hers. 7, she wants a man she can admire. At the core of every real relationship, there's something more important than love: admiration. A woman can love many men in her lifetime, but she will only stay with the man she admires. Admiration is what makes her listen to you, trust you, respect you, and follow your lead. If she can't admire you, the relationship will collapse no matter how much she claims to care. Admiration doesn't come from looks, gifts, or sweet words. It comes from the way you carry yourself as a man. It comes from your principles, your discipline, your strength, your ambition, and the way you handle the world. A woman wants to feel proud of the man she stands beside. She admires a man who stays calm in chaos, controls his emotions, stands on his values, doesn't break under pressure, protects what matters, lives with purpose, works on himself, isn't afraid to say no. When you have these traits, she becomes loyal on a deeper level. She doesn't want to lose you, not because she's dependent, but because she knows there aren't many men like you. The more she admires you, the more she invests. The more she invests, the more she fears losing you. And that's where the real power is. A man who can walk away holds more power than a man who clings. A man with options holds more power than a man with fear. A man with self-control holds more power than a man with emotion. When you show her that your standards apply to everyone, including her, she sees you differently. She understands you're not afraid to let her go if the relationship becomes unhealthy. That scares her in the right way. Not because she fears abandonment, but because she knows you will only stay where respect exists. And here's the important part. Women do not admire men who depend on them emotionally. They admire men who are emotionally solid, not cold, not distant, just solid. solid. A man who can love her deeply without losing himself. A man who can give affection without begging for affection. A man who can commit without giving up his identity. When a woman admires you, she becomes your partner, not your problem. She supports you. She listens to you. She trusts you. She works with you, not against you. That's when the relationship becomes powerful, when she sees you as a leader, not just a lover. And admiration can't be forced. It has to be earned through action. It has to be proven through consistency. It has to be shown in the moments that matter. That's why she needs you more than you need her. You can always rebuild your life as a man, but it's rare for a woman to replace a man she truly admires, because once she's had a man of strength, confidence, and self-respect, every other man will feel weaker in comparison. In a relationship, the real power belongs to the man who knows his value. You bring stability, direction, logic, and emotional strength. You can rebuild, you can rise again, you can live with or without her. A woman may leave quickly, but she doesn't move on quickly, not from a man she respects. When you stay confident, disciplined, and self-controlled, she feels it. She knows replacing you isn't easy. You don't need to be cold or controlling. Just stay solid, stay focused, and never lose yourself. A woman needs the man she admires more than the man who depends on her.